Why are the levels... Oh, okay, now the levels are showing.
I know.
So, I'm going to hit record.
You just did.
I know. I told you guys before.
Oh, wait, we're recording?
No.
Now
He
we're
pressed
recording.
record, and then he said, I'm going to press record.
I told you guys, let me get dressed before we record.
No.
Okay?
You don't get clothes today. You've been a bad boy.
Back to the cage, Slivers!
I'm glad we don't have a camera right now.
So how are you guys doing tonight?
Good.
Doing all right. Yeah.
Geeks up in the studio.
I've been kind of sad.
Why are you sad?
Because
Why
we
don't
only
you get a
get to
little
do this-
closer to the mic there?
we only get to do this once a week, and it makes me sad.
Well, I agree entirely.
But
We did. I don't know what just happened. Logan found something incredibly funny.
yeah, I don't know either. But
Oh, man.
I was going to talk about this new Dew.
We got a new shipment.
We're
of Dew.
brought to you in part by Mountain Dew.
Fueled by
Fueled
Mountain Dew.
by Mountain
Fueled
Dew.
by, brought to you in
Geek
part
fuel
by.
for the professional geek.
So
Or
here
for the
we
part-time
have.
amateur piece of shit.
They
who
gave
thinks
us a
he's
new
geek.
can that I wanted to talk about.
Because geeks are cool.
Not only does it have Titanfall 2 on it, but it's an awesome new flavor. What is it? It's mango heat flavor.
Okay, Mark's gonna open it up.
Yeah,
Do
it's
it.
mango
Do
heat.
it. Do it.
It's delicious.
I just had a geekgasm, dude.
Oh,
There it
me
went.
too.
There it
Maybe we
went.
should change it from buckets of geekgasm to cans of geekgasm.
Oh,
Because
nice.
that's how
No.
we do it.
Because
Or
16
16 ounce.
cans,
16
maybe we
OZs.
can use buckets for movies and cans for other things.
I use cans for other things.
I don't get it.
Never mind.
He shoves cans up his assholes.
Yeah. That's
Hey,
totally where I was
Gotta
going
keep
with
it
that.
stretched,
I
dude.
just realized I was the first person to swear this episode. That's really weird. Really weird.
We're such good influences on this
I
saint of
know,
a man.
right? He's like such a good guy. And we're tearing him apart.
So,
Limb
yes.
by
So,
precious
guess
limb.
what else? So, Mark, you kind of touched on it. Titanfall 2 is coming. No, I
It's
didn't play
actually out
Titanfall
already.
1.
Because it was
I
on
tried.
Xbox. It was on Xbox and only. They put Titanfall 2 on all the systems.
Well, Titanfall 1, you suck.
Yeah, it was on PC and Xbox. And apparently it didn't have a single player, is what I understand, right?
It
just has
did not
multiplayer.
have an offline campaign.
Well, that's dumb.
So the whole game, to be able to play the campaign, you had to have an Xbox Live Gold account. And then the way that it would work out is people would jump in and out of the campaign as you're playing.
Well, that's annoying.
Yeah. And
They kind of do that with Destiny, but you have to go to an area and sign up to get into a strike, and then you're like, if I have 3 people, it's me and those 2 other people. If I go in there as a single person, there's a chance I'm going to be jumping in with someone
See,
else.
I think that
Right.
that's
And that's
proving to
fine.
be a failure for some games. Like that was one of the big complaints about Battlefield
Yeah.
or Battlefront. I mean,
Battlefront, no
So-
single player campaign.
So, and it wasn't. I don't
You
think it
gotta
was.
have a
Yeah,
campaign.
I think that you got to. That's the reason why I don't really care for those big war games, modern, Call of Duty. I like
Yeah.
Call of Duty; it's fun.
they have campaigns.
Yeah, but they're short. They're really, really short. And the majority of it, you're paying $50, $60 for one game, mostly to play online. It's
No,
just,
Mark, it's that you're just so good.
It
Yeah.
is. You're just too damn
No,
good.
those campaigns are short, and I get my ass kicked whenever I play online, so I don't play those games online.
Logan is super. So Mark's super excited about Titanfall. Logan's super excited
I
about
am.
Transformers.
I know it's already
Oh
out,
yeah,
I believe,
the
but I haven't
Transformers
played
5
it.
trailer just dropped, and can I just say, it is gonna be so epic.
How many geek buckets or geekgasm buckets would you give the trailer, Logan?
Oh,
He gasmed till he was dry.
yeah, it was powder by the time it was all done. It was
Oh, gross.
What
yeah.
do Titanfall Well, and my thing is I'm looking forward to Megabot versus Kuratas.
that'll never happen.
It's going to happen.
No, it won't.
Yes, it will.
I'm thinking with Logan. I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah,
It's going to happen.
It's never going to happen.
It's going to be a thing.
Your best option is just to watch Battlebots.
No.
Yes.
Battlebots is like the prequel to where we should be right now.
You're never going to see
Megabot versus
Pacific Rim.
Kuratas?
You're never going to see
Here's-
Pacific Rim.
The now.
No.
You're never
don't
going to
want
see
Pacific
Pacific
Rim.
Rim.
Pacific
You're never
Rim
going to
was
see.
stupid.
Yeah.
You're never going to see the robot movie with Wolverine. What was the name of that movie? Am Steel.
Oh,
You're never going to see that.
Also a stupid movie.
I never
You know,
actually watched that. But it did not look good.
I am excited.
That's a wet pipe dream that will never come to
Robotech.
fruition.
Here's my problem with
Robotech
those.
and Gundam? You're
Yeah.
telling me Robotech and Gundam will never happen?
Here's my
It'll
problem
never
with
come
those.
to fruition, my friend.
They'll probably come up with a robotic suit like Iron Man more likely than they will ever those robots. Because A, they're big and slow as shit. And even if they were... there's
Right
no
now.
way... No. There is no way one of those suits could take on one person with just a grenade, go and stick it up its ass and running off.
Okay,
Well,
here's what I want to say.
Here's the thing.
To
We
your
watched
point,
the thing on
to
YouTube.
your point, Mark.
And we saw the targeting system of the Japan one.
Right.
And that, dude, I'm sorry. I could run Serpentine as slow as I possibly
Okay,
could, and I would
okay.
still get away from that stupid thing.
All right. You guys say that because we currently suck at building
No.
these type of robots, we
My
will
thought
never be
isn't
able
because
to
we
build
currently suck. Because I already know it will progress and it will get better. My thing is, I don't think you'll be able to beat an individual with, like, say, an Iron Man suit.
You are
with one of
holding
those
in your
robots.
hand a smartphone. That smartphone is more powerful than any
Uranus.
computer that was invented from
That's not my
1950 to
point.
1995.
I already conceded that yes, it can get better. My point is that if you had a suit, an individual suit versus a big mech warrior, he would get his ass kicked because the little thing would be able to fly circles around something
Not
that big.
necessarily.
Bigger things move slower. There's no way they're going to be able to make it move as fast as someone in a
But
small little suit.
You
or
can
even
have,
just running
you
around
have
the ground.
supersonic missiles in the world. If you got a lock on Iron Man, I'm sorry, he's taking a missile up the ass and he's out.
Yeah, and all they have to do is have these little ones that aren't even controlled by they're controlled by a person, not actually have a person in this robotic suit.
It's all
I
about
don't
the
know.
targeting system.
I'm just saying, I think that
Is
an
a-
individual
is
suit
a-
will kick the ass out of a big giant mech warrior.
Is a
any day.
giant mech warrior robot going to be highly mobile? Probably not.
No,
You're
because
absolutely
the
right.
one that they've got
But
is
is
a
a-
skid loader.
Is a tank
No,
highly
it's
mobile?
a skid loader.
Is a
It's
tank?
a little cat skid loader.
Is a tank? Well, that's the Mark II. That's not the one that's going to fight.
Well, which Mark is going to fight?
This
Mark
mark,
III.
bitches.
Have you watched any of the updates?
Mark 3, Mark 4, Mark 5?
Josh again is talking about this big Megabot.
The Megabot.
battle
Have you watched any
between
of the
America
updates?
and
No,
Japan?
because
Right?
it's non-formous for me, dude.
You need to watch the updates because the treads they have now are so much better than the treads they launched.
I love it when we all disagree on something.
What does the treads have to do with how slow
treads-
these things are?
Because the treads are your primary moving system. That's like asking,
Yeah, Logan.
what is
come
wrong with your
on.
tires?
No, the tread is what allows you to move successfully
Right.
on different terrains.
And the tread
that has
that they
nothing
have
to do
now-
with your speed.
The upgraded tread they have now is faster, has better traction, and has better suspension.
Is
Actually,
it
it has
a,
suspension.
is it a snowmobile? Because those are the only ones that go fast, that run off track.
No, it was developed by How and How Technologies. I will show you a picture of it right now.
I think that you need to explain to our audience this whole... Because have we even talked about this on the air before?
we haven't.
Some people may have no clue what you're talking about.
So here's the deal.
And you know more about it than I do, so...
One day-
Megabot and a Japanimation creation.
One day, I was on the internet browsing, and I came across a
He
website,
was browsing for Gundams.
a website called thisiswhyimbroke.com. And on this website, there was
Where's the picture?
an item called the Kuratas. Now, the Kuratas was on sale for $1.2 million, and you could buy it. It was a Japanese company, and it is the first of what people can call a Gundam or a mobile suit or even a robotech
That's not a
suit.
mech, dude.
No, it's...
I see.
These are the treads that are going under the Megabot. These are the new treads and engine and chassis. That's going to be your foundation for the new Megabot. So, Kuratas develops this. It's a four-legged
Spider bot.
single piloted bot
Spider bot.
loaded up with numerous weapons, modular style weapons,
Yeah, like
twin Gatling BB guns.
tennis ball guns. And
Well, it has to be legal. They
Fires-
can't exactly put a fucking howitzer on the top.
fires tennis balls.
Well, you can, but
Well, they could, but. And then anyway, so then later on, there's a company here in the United States that developed the Megabot. Now, the Megabot is a dual piloted. Okay, there's a one pilot who controls the motion and movement of the robot, and then the other who controls the aiming and firing. So it's different. Just like in the old Gundam series, all the different nations had their champion Gundam, and each champion Gundam was different. Okay.
And they shoot silly string out of their hands.
Well, the Megabot shoots like 20-pound paint cannonballs at over 100 miles an hour. Pretty impressive. So, suck it. Anyway, they challenged Suidobashi Heavy Industries, the maker of the Kuratas, to a duel. And it's going to be epic.
here's the thing: they've already
It's
talked
never
about
gonna
doing
happen.
it. The date that they were supposed to do it has already passed, from what I understand. So
Yeah.
now they've
It's
moved
been
it
pushed back a
further.
little while. But the other thing is I found out they're having upgrade issues. So like they're still
Weren't they
both
on-
companies are still upgrading their bots to be ready for combat.
And where they haven't even been able to figure out where to hold it, right? Because
To my
of all
knowledge,
the different
yeah, they
laws,
haven't yet
it's
said.
technically a weapon, so they can't bring theirs into America.
Yeah, they're having
and we can't
problems.
bring ours over to Japan for I guess the same reason.
Yeah, it
Just
is.
take it to Micronesia.
It's
That-
anyway.
that
Why don't
island's
they just
trash
build
anyway.
a platform
There you go.
out in the middle of the
Neutral territory.
Micronesia hosts.
Take it out in the middle of the
Battlebots.
ocean. That would be the most epic fight ever. And whoever loses, they have to drown. They just get stuck out there.
Loser stays here and dies.
Some island out in the middle of fucking nowhere.
No, but it's really awesome because along with being an awesome battle, because I mean, I want Robot Jocks. Talk about a movie that'll probably never happen. That was actually the first movie that had a Pacific Rim style robot. Only still one pilot because two pilots is fucking stupid. And then Robot Jocks was a post-apocalyptic scenario in which corporations used giant robots to fight over pieces of land with natural resources. So you had several different corporations.
How old is
fighting
that?
Dude, it was an 80s flick. It was bad.
I've never
Is
even
that
heard
like
of it.
during the time of the Japanese Godzilla movies?
I don't believe
They're
so.
still going on, Logan. They just made a
Yeah, they
Japanese
just made a new
Godzilla
Godzilla.
movie.
No, I'm talking about the old timey Japanese Godzilla
This
movies.
one is
with
old-timey.
dude in a rubber suit.
I don't know if I have the dude in the rubber suit.
1989.
I
The
couldn't
new
tell.
one has CGI.
Robot Jocks came out in 1989.
Who was in it?
Gary Graham.
Don't know.
Never heard of.
You know Gary Graham. Everybody knows Gary Graham.
Oh,
heard
that
of
motherfucker.
That's exactly what you do. You show
Oh,
everybody Gary
the dude
Graham.
with the hair lip. Okay, gotcha.
And then everybody goes, "Oh, that's Gary Graham. Oh yeah, I know who
He's
he
that
is."
guy.
I didn't
with the
recognize him
nose?
without glasses.
Remember the guy with the nose?
That's Gary Graham. He's got a sword in front of his face though, so you might not be very.
Yeah, that didn't help me at all. You might as well hold
That's
up.
Gary Graham. Half of his face is missing because it's covered by a sword. But that's him.
Hold on, I'll find a better picture. Gary Graham is in a lot of shit. You shut up.
A lot of C-rated shit.
See, I don't know. You're looking up this thing and whatever, but my problem is still the Luke Skywalker scenario. Luke Skywalker goes up. Oh, that guy. Yeah, I recognize him.
Yeah, see? Fuck
But anyway,
I don't
so
know who that dude is.
Just because you're stupid and
No, I
ignorant.
watch
So-
classy movies.
classy movies like
Like,
that Stallone movie you were
How
talking
many
about.
dicks can we stuff in this guy's ass?
I don't know who
That's
that
the
dude
kind of
is.
movie-
No,
you
but
watch,
here's my
Logan.
problem with the giant mech. You have the Luke Skywalker scenario. One guy takes out his sword, cuts it open, throws up some fucking grenades,
Well,
drops
yeah,
down, and it
that's
blows up.
Obviously, they're-
Remember, Luke did it. Come on.
Well, first off, Luke was a Jedi.
Yes.
Very
That
powerful in
didn't
the
mean
Force.
anything. He didn't use the Force in any of that.
Second off-
he used his fucking weapon, his tools.
Second off,
He
Any
used a
soldier would
magnetic
have.
Gatling.
yeah, a tow cable,
Yes.
Yeah.
handheld tow cable.
He used the tools that he had
To
at
shoot
hand. He
to
didn't use the
underbelly
Force.
of the AT-AT Walker.
It's true. I even suspect that he had to use some Force run because I don't think anybody could really catch up with an AT-AT. Do you think? Because they could go pretty quick.
Well, the thing is
I don't know, in the
his
game,
snow
they're pretty
speeder-
slow.
His snow speeder
I don't
went
know.
down, and it was walking
It was
over
Yeah,
right
top
that's
of
true.
him.
next to the
It was,
AT-AT.
yeah, it was
I don't know
walking
how
over
they're
top
supposed
of
to
him.
be in the movies, but in the video game, they're pretty slow. You can run beside them.
I think they did that just to make the game playable. I don't think that's
Maybe.
accurate.
I don't know. They
An
look
AT-AT
pretty
would
damn slow
definitely
to
be
me.
slow, but I don't know that it would be that slow. It seems like a horribly inefficient design.
It's not
It
ATST
really,
speed,
in real life, would be an impractical design.
because ATST's set up to run.
yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
those are set up to run.
yeah. I got
The
a.
AT-ATs, I don't think they can move very fast.
I play
I
Old
didn't get the
Republic.
feeling they could.
I play Old Republic, the
Oh, yeah. You can
MMORPG,
get
and I
that
just got an
AT-AT.
ATST as a mount,
Nice.
so I can run around and. Beep, beep,
I've seen people running around with those. The only thing I ever got was the Tauntaun. And a
got-
speeder bike or something like that.
Yeah, I
think
got
you
a
get one
bunch
of
of
those.
All right. So anyway,
So mechs. It's all
mechs.
about the mechs.
Yeah, and the reason why I'm excited about mechs is because Transformers 5.
So is a transformer a mech? I
No.
don't think it is.
No,
Well, we're
it's
just
not,
talking about
because
robots
it's-
in general.
Robots in general, or robots in disguise?
Because Transformers are autonomous.
Can a transformer turn into a mech?
Yeah. A transformer can turn into anything mechanical.
That sounds awesome.
So, I mean, as long as their scanner is intact.
I
they
remember
can-
when the
they
old
can do whatever
cartoon,
they
when the
want.
little humans were hanging out with them, and they
That's
could,
every cartoon, but go ahead.
and they gave them little robot suits so they could do basic transformations with their suits.
Yeah, Spike.
Yeah.
Spike and his
You know, I
dad.
want to see the Transformers that are little dildos.
Mark.
Holy balls, dude.
That would be the...
Kids listen to this shit, dude.
Yes, yes. Lots of children listen to our show.
It's true. They do.
But
Josh already talked about stuffing guys' assholes with dicks.
no,
just a
dude,
few minutes ago.
I'm super excited about Transformers 5 because they are going to introduce Nemesis Prime. A lot of people don't know about Nemesis Prime.
I honestly do not know about Nemesis Prime.
Nemesis Prime. Well, there's actually two versions of Nemesis Prime. One was controlled by a human, and it was an actual. It was a clone of Optimus Prime that was controlled by the humans. That was in this Transformers Prime TV series that was a couple years ago. But the original Nemesis Prime was controlled by Megatron. And so people would look at him and be like, oh, it's Optimus. And then he would go, just total wreck and shop.
Oh, shit.
And so everybody thought that Optimus had turned evil when in fact it was Nemesis Prime. And then Optimus and Nemesis Prime had to
They had to battle it out.
battle it out.
Nice.
So the storyline is actually pretty badass. And
So is,
at the end of that trailer, watching Optimus or Nemesis, whoever he ends up being, he's got purple eyes, so I'm saying Nemesis Prime. But
Right.
watching him rip Bumblebee's chest piece off and then form that piercer on his arm and then come down, yeah. So it's gonna be awesome. This movie is gonna be so.
Is it Michael Bay still?
Yeah. Yeah, so you can expect the big explosions, the big over the
Yeah,
top.
I'm fine with that. I
everything.
don't care. I know people make fun of him. I don't really care.
I actually
I've been
like
pretty
Michael Bay.
disappointed with the last.
I'm not a
Transformer.
Michael Bay hater. You
Well, it's
know?
like the epic rap battles in history. He's like, whatever, dude. I'm making money.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's making a hand over fist.
Have you been disappointed with the movies as a Transformer fan?
I would
couple of them were
say
pretty
that
painful,
I was disappointed in the number 3, the Dark Side of the Moon,
I thought 2 and 3 were pretty god awful.
because The reason why I was very upset with Dark of the Moon is when Optimus has his mech tech on and he's flying around the city, he's able to take care of that giant worm that was going through, chewing up the buildings and everything. Okay. He was able to take care of that, but goddamn if some fucking cables didn't tie his ass up. Some crane cables, you know? It's how stupid is that? And then he has to rely on the wreckers to come up and save him, to get him undone out of the cabling.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, what? Wow, man, you just made Optimus the biggest fat flubby pussy in the world, man. God, that drove me nuts. And then he was stuck in those crane cables for a good 20 minutes.
I don't know if it was, I think it was part 3. And my daughters wanted to watch Transformers. Dad, can we watch Transformers? Yeah, sure. Let's sit down. Let's watch the one that just came out. And we sat down and watched it. We were about 45, 50 minutes in, and my daughters go, Dad, where are the Transformers? And I was like, holy shit, they're not even in this movie.
The first half of that movie was the worst part, and then it got better but it still wasn't a good movie. And the whole fucking Terminator shit they did with that chick who turned into a human robot, that was fucking dumb.
That was number 2. That was
2?
Rise of the Fallen, yeah.
I thought that was, that was 3. Wasn't it?
No, Revenge of the Fallen.
No, because 2, I forget. Fuck, they were all terrible.
It was number 2. It was Revenge of the Fallen because Sam Witwicky was in
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Either way.
Don't test me on my Transformers knowledge, Mark.
Right, he will school you. He will school you.
I feel schooled.
Good.
Anyway, that was it.
He just took you to school.
Movie.
Yeah, so, I mean, number 3, that was totally ridiculous. But Age of Extinction, I loved it because the Dinobots were in it. They weren't in it enough for me, but the last 15, 20 minutes of that movie where Optimus is riding Grimlock was a young Logan's wet dream.
There you go.
Is there plans to bring...
Yes, the Dinobots are going to be in the next one.
No, yeah, I saw the big one.
I was going to ask a question.
Now that...
I was asking a question about a super irritating
that's a different
character.
one because Swoop only had 2 heads.
Yeah.
The one that was in the trailer had 3. So that could either be another one, or it could be Predaking, or it could be, the primals, the Transformer primal versions. Who knows? Right. Who knows what that is?
My question was going to be, are they going to bring in not quite a nerd, not quite a jock, Shia LaBeouf in there? Again.
I hope not.
No.
Is his character gone completely now?
Yeah, he's completely gone. The only returning characters are Josh Duhamel and
Wahlberg, isn't it?
And Mark Wahlberg.
But they weren't in. They were in only as like.
Josh Duhamel was in 1 through 3.
Okay.
Mark Wahlberg was
Wasn't
in 4.
he in part 4? Didn't he have a cameo in 4? I swear he did.
No.
But, okay.
No, and Mark Wahlberg is Cage, the inventor.
Cage.
But now with 5, I don't know, because I don't know what they're doing. I've heard.
Do they have a cast list
a lot
yet?
of speculation.
I'm sure they do. They were already filming it and everything.
Yeah, it's already done. It's done being filmed.
When is it coming out? Sometime next summer?
Like May or June.
Okay.
So I'm sure the movie's on the cutting floor right now for editing.
Special effects and shit.
But I was watching some stuff online, and a lot of people were thinking that Optimus may have gone back in time and altered the reality that we're in now.
Ooh.
So that's why there's
wibbly wobbly.
That's why there's a new Megatron.
He created a flashpoint?
Yeah, he created a flashpoint. And so that's why Megatron is back in his hole, and so I don't know how they're gonna do it, but
let's see. Sir Anthony Hopkins is in this.
Yes.
New low and
fresh off of his Westworld exit.
Yeah.
Bullet to the back of the head.
Boom.
I never checked out that show. Was it any good?
John Goodman.
Yes. You want to talk about mech? You need to watch Westworld, Mark.
I will.
Mark.
I will
Mech
check
Mark?
it out.
And Josh.
Mark Mech. Mech Mark.
Just call us Mosh.
John DiMaggio is Crosshairs.
Ooh, John
Ken
DiMaggio.
Watanabe is Drift.
Yeah.
Wait. Who
He's
is
the
that?
voice of Drift.
I recognize his name.
Ken Watanabe.
Yeah, I recognize.
He was in one of the Mortal Kombat movies.
He's a Japanese guy. He was in Last Samurai as well.
Yeah,
He's been in pretty
Oh,
much.
I know who he is.
He's
Yeah,
been in
I
pretty
know who
much
he is.
every Japanese movie that America.
In the last,
makes.
no, just since like the
Was he
2000s.
Kung Lao? Was he Kung Lao in Mortal Kombat?
wins.
Or no?
For
he
him,
he
it was
the big
Jason.
bad guy.
Is it
Oh, Shang Tsung.
Shang Tsung.
Jason
Yeah,
Lee?
Shang
Was that the
Tsung.
guy? Anyway. No, but John DiMaggio is Bender, so that's exciting.
Who the hell's Bender?
Futurama,
Futurama?
asshole.
Bite my shiny metal ass.
Don't
Who
watch
the
it.
Fuck? You. How can you sit
Mark,
here and
you need
school
to
me on
understand
Transformers?
Hey, Jess
and you
Harnell
don't
is in
even
it.
watch Futurama.
You need to understand something.
Not that they really have anything to do with each other. But
They really don't. I tried watching Futurama. I couldn't get into it at all.
Logan has no sense of humor. I'll bet like 99% of the people listen to our
I'm not.
pod are like,
I'm a man
If you
child.
listen to
Logan.
Futurama,
Boo,
comment
Logan.
and tell us
Yeah.
all about your love for Futurama.
I'm a man child,
please.
but I'm not that kind of a man child.
fine. I am that kind of a man child.
That's okay. Mark geeks off on cartoons. You
That-
geek off on Transformers.
Yeah.
I geek off on lightsabers. It's all
Hey,
good.
I
Any
geek
way
off on
you
lightsabers. I geek off on comic books.
Any way you geek is okay. This is a no
Action
judgment
figures.
geek zone.
Unless
Action
you talk to
figures.
Logan.
No, Logan.
He judges everyone.
He does judge.
I didn't judge.
You judge so hard.
All right, social justice warrior. I didn't judge anything. I just said I'm not that kind of a man child.
Oh.
I'm a man child. I am a self-explained man
Unless-
child.
He will judge you if you beat up Star Trek.
I hate Star Trek.
I thought Hayden Christensen did a good job.
He was the best thing that ever happened to Star Wars.
How dare you? I wanted you to check something real quick. Go to IMDb and see if they have dropped who is playing Darth Vader yet.
In Rogue One, you mean?
Yes.
I know
They
that
got
James
it.
Earl Jones
Yeah,
is
James Earl
reprising
Jones
the
is the voice. But who
Gives a shit who's playing him? James
Well,
Earl
if it's
Jones?
David Prowse, that'd be awesome.
Wait.
If they're having
He's
if
still
they're having
alive?
Hayden Christensen come back, I
Oh,
will
he's
not attend that
he's
movie.
not. No. He is not coming back.
I don't like him either. I was just saying it doesn't really matter because as long as they can move their arms and walk, it really doesn't matter who's playing him. In my
Mads
opinion.
Mikkelsen is in it.
I don't know who that is off the top of my
Hannibal.
head. Oh, that guy.
Yeah,
He's the
about
guy
Oh
from
yeah, off the
he's the-
TV Hannibal.
And he's the villain in the first Daniel Craig Bond movie. That's the first place I ever saw him.
Yeah,
He was
he's-
pretty good in
Dude,
that
he
movie.
is creepy.
He is pretty cool.
They do not have Darth Vader dropped yet.
Yeah. He is the young girl's
Angus
father.
McInnes is gold leader.
Wait, so who do they have playing Vader then right now?
They haven't released
All they have listed is the voice.
is James Earl Jones.
Oh, okay.
So they don't have the person inside the suit listed. And I guarantee you
Prowse
that
still-
they're probably going to do that. They're going to
Well,
pull
you know
Davis
what?
is back.
they're going to
Speaking
pull
of,
a bait and switch on everybody and have that
Well,
no talent
in,
fuck stained Hayden Christensen
In
come and play him.
Before-
Star Wars Rebels, Ahsoka Tano and Darth Vader fought a duel in a Sith temple, and she lightsabered him up the face. cut
Yeah,
off
they
half
never
his
showed what
ass.
happened
Dude,
to
that was
that
a
yet.
badass scene.
I haven't seen any recent episodes though for a little while. I saw some of the new.
I think
seasons.
they're between seasons.
Ahsoka was the Padawan
Yeah,
to
she was
Anakin
Anakin's
Skywalker.
Padawan.
You have to give a little, reference to everything.
No, because
You
everybody
can't
listening to this
you can't
podcast
just sit there
already
and say,
knows
"Well,
that.
Ahsoka and Darth
So
Vader." were
here's my
fighting."
question: Is Prowse still alive? I forget these things.
Yes.
Okay.
David
Prowse,
Prowse,
the
he actually
actor who played
came
him.
to Comic-Con. I think at least
See,
once.
I would
maybe
think he'd be
twice.
too old to really move. He is a pretty old dude, so I don't know. I wouldn't mind if he was doing it. That's cool with me. But Darth Vader has got to be a little bit faster in this movie. It's still before he was scarred up, I guess. Before,
Well,
or maybe not. Maybe
it's
it
not
wasn't.
too much. It's not too
Yeah,
much
that's right.
ahead of
That's
New
true.
Hope.
No,
That's true.
It's actually kind of in that same timeline.
Yeah, that's true.
His armor
So-
is still new.
I wanted to
Well, he's
say
had it for a few
something.
years.
I wanted us to all give a little moment of silence for John Glenn passing away.
Who the hell's John Glenn?
Dude,
How the fuck do you not know who John Glenn is?
He was an astronaut. He was the first American to orbit the Earth.
He was a
Okay.
U.S.
Senator
senator.
of the state of Ohio.
If you say so.
I do
How do
say
you
so.
not know? He died at 95 just a few days ago.
He died in 95?
He died at the age of 95 a few days ago.
There you go. You need to enunciate.
All right.
So,
Problem
yeah, I don't know.
wasn't
I don't know who that
enunciation, it
dude
was
is.
wording.
Didn't know who he was.
Yep. John Glenn is a goddamn American.
He was a hero. He was a hero.
Well,
Moment of silence for John Glenn.
all right. So, go ahead. Have your moment of silence.
I'm gonna punch you in the dick.
Ah, dude, come on. He was a real hero.
Go ahead. Have it. I'll just sit here.
That moment when Louis
just-
didn't
I'll just
talk,
sit
that
here.
was our
There
moment
was a
of
little
silence.
moment, so haha, you suck.
All right, we
I'm-
win.
I'm
We got our
just sitting here.
moment. We got our moment.
I'm just talking to myself.
A hobo cock.
Oh,
Robots.
homeless.
You guys
man.
Just
ever
for
watch
the record,
Battlebots?
Oh,
I
yeah,
do
dude,
speak
it's
for the two
awesome.
geeks when we say, thank you, John Glenn, for what you did for this great country.
It's true.
Go ahead.
Anyway, go on, Gus.
Dude, Battlebots. No,
Battlebots,
so we watched
Mark.
this shit back in the day. I pull it up on YouTube's every once in a while, and I gotta say, the shit they're coming out with now, so cool. They've had some pretty stupid robots as well.
Most of
but
the time,
pretty
they've
awesome
ended up
designs.
pretty dumb robots.
Yeah. Like the ones that ended up winning, like I think there was one that had like a fly swatter on it that would like flip the bots upside down and then push them into the buzz saws or something.
That's the thing, is that it's half the battle is how well you can pilot it.
Are you,
you gotta build a
allowed
good
to
robot,
use
but you gotta be
flame
able to pilot that
torches
bitch.
and saws on your robot, or is it just about pushing it into the blade?
No,
oh no,
you can have saws, you can have torches,
everything on it.
you can have whatever you want.
Yeah, and there was the one that I watched. There was a drone that was flying
Yeah.
around, and this thing that had like the fly swatter on it, like it did like some kind of flip to where it was launched up into the air, and then it fly swatted the drone down. It was awesome, man. And then it ran over to the drone and like sat there and just swatted it, and then it
Nice.
pushed it into the buzzsaws.
Nice.
And ended the aerial drone.
Dude, that is so awesome. There was one of my favorite robots was, it looked like a helicopter, only the arm was angled and it would spin, and that thing would get up spinning, and it would be like, you could hear it.
Oh, yeah.
And then it would go bam and just knock the other robot across the. Oh, it was so
It's
awesome.
brutal, dude. That game is
They
brutal.
do not play.
And if you were to encounter like a Battlebot, Mark,
Yes.
it would kill you.
It could.
That's
It very could.
scary. Okay, now I'm gonna have a new fucking nightmare. Thank you.
It would kill you, Mark.
We'll kill you. We'll kill you.
Speaking of nightmares, I just finished watching all of the Nightmare on Elm Street.
I don't even think I can sit through those. They're so goddamn cheesy. But
No,
It's an
the
80s
last
horror
one-
movie,
The
right?
last
I know.
one was stupid, but the Freddy is Dead one.
Freddy's dead.
Oh, that one was tough to work through.
the only
know what
horror
kills
movies
me?
I really love are the Halloween movies. I think that they're the most because
the Michael Myers ones.
they're a little. I mean, yes, he's not realistic in the sense that he gets killed and he comes back, but they're more of this just psychotic serial killer than the.
What about Jason? What about Friday the 13th?
Yeah, a big
What about
fucking
Leatherface?
ripoff.
Leatherface
I
was
don't know if
partially based
Leatherface
on a
came
true story.
before.
Yes, he was.
Came before Halloween, but definitely fucking Jason came after Halloween. I think it was kind of a ripoff, but
When was the first Halloween?
mid 70s
Ish. Should I pull up?
It was
my
definitely
IMDb?
You
70s.
pull up Halloween. I'll pull up Friday the 13th.
You know what kills me
Friday
about
the 13th was like 1980 or 81 or something like that when it first came out, or some. It was really
1978? Donald Pleasance, Jamie Lee Curtis,
Curtis.
Jamie Lee Coitus.
Jamie Lee Coitus.
That's a porn star name.
That is. That's a total porn star name.
I'm
All right,
Jamie
so I'm
Lee
pulling
Coitus.
up the original Friday the 13th.
It was definitely early 80s, but it was 80s nonetheless.
What was
What
that?
was that? I don't know.
Who did that? You know what kills me about Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street? Is
Jason
Freddy,
killing you?
Friday the 13th, the original, was in 1980.
Freddy Krueger
Just like I
was
said.
what was he? He was like a neighborhood pedophile.
No, he was a murderer.
Whatever.
The new
He killed people. He was a bad, stupid man.
The new Nightmare on Elm Street that came out like back in 2010 or something like that, had him as a pedophile.
Right.
But the original, he
was
has
just
murdered over 20 children.
And then the families and the parents.
Oh,
in
well,
the
I
neighborhood,
murdered way
like,
more children than that.
Tracked his ass down and lit him on fire.
Because his what was it? Something happened in. How did we go from mechs to?
I don't
talking
know.
about
I don't.
But
I
you know
don't
what?
know.
So the way that it worked out is something in the case they didn't file the correct search warrant or something
And
like
he
that.
got off scot-free.
And so his case was thrown
You got
out.
off, ladies
And so then it went straight to street justice. The parents did street justice
That's
on it.
right.
I love street
Street
justice.
justice.
Just like BattleBots.
Yeah.
Just like
This
Batman.
has been
Murder and Mark.
This has been episode Robotics of the Future.
What episode are we on?
I don't know.
And robotics of the past, because we talked about
So
the 80s.
comment, like, share, comment, and tell us what is your favorite robotic fandom and or genre. I want to know.
Can that include Iron Man because he's got a
Yes.
robotic suit?
Iron Man is. I'm gonna call him a half mech.
Yeah,
Sure.
I would call him a half man.
It's not. It's not. It's more of a full body prosthesis.
pretty much.
Does that include... Wait. Does that include Darth Vader, who's part robot?
Yes.
No,
Yes. Darth Vader is equal to Iron Man.
no, he's not.
The only difference
Yes.
is that Iron Man
I
can
got an
take his
argument
suit off.
going right
Iron
before
Man
the end.
has a full body shell.
We'll continue this later, ladies and
Darth
gentlemen. Off the
Vader
air.
only
Has
has
a full body shell.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't. He has a suit.
Okay,
All
so
right.
we're gonna wrap this up, and then Logan
Thank you
and
for
I are
listening.
He
gonna
has
go
a
have
suit
a
that
debate.
preserves his
Like,
skin.
share,
Comment,
love.
love,
us.
Give us all your love. Thank you very
and
much.
good night.
Good night, everybody.